when he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers. And I knew at that time that he needed somebody to do time.
Jada Pinkett Smith has recently been embroiled in controversy after making claims in a recent interview that Tupac Shakur proposed to her during his incarceration. However, this revelation has been met with skepticism from fans, who have unearthed evidence suggesting that Jada may have fabricated this narrative. But this is not the only instance where Jada has raised eyebrows. In another interview, Jada also asserted that Tupac suffered from alopecia, a condition she herself purportedly shares. It is worth noting that Tupac never publicly discussed this ailment, yet Jada has taken it upon herself to speak on his behalf. Furthermore, friends of Tupac have come forward to assert that Jada's portrayal of their relationship may be more embellished than accurate, particularly in his later years. This leads us to ponder why Jada is so determined to convince everyone that Tupac was infatuated with her. What other revelations has she made in her new book? Let's delve into the details. In the midst of the myriad issues plaguing the world today, Jada Pinkett Smith has chosen to prioritize her tumultuous relationship with Will Smith and her purported connection with the late Tupac Shakur. Her new memoir, Worthy, is set to be released, and she is currently engaged in a promotional tour for the book that can only be described as a train wreck unfolding in slow motion. To begin with, Jada dropped a bombshell during an interview with Hoda Kotb, revealing that she and Will had been separated for a staggering 7 years. By this point, it seems that nothing about Jada and Will's unconventional relationship can truly surprise us. However, what truly agitates her fans is not her revelations about Will, but her insistence on invoking Tupac's name and making outlandish claims about him, especially when he is no longer here to offer his perspective. It's a well-known fact that Jada has maintained an obsession with Tupac for several years, ceaselessly reminding everyone that Tupac was her friend. Yet she has consistently emphasized that their relationship was platonic, akin to that of siblings. In fact, just last year, she mentioned on The Howard Stern Show that during the early stages of their friendship, she and Tupac considered testing the waters with a kiss to explore any potential romantic chemistry. However, she described the experience as repulsive, leading them to acknowledge that they were better off as friends. Nonetheless, during a recent appearance on the All the Smoke podcast, Jada claimed that Tupac had proposed to her while incarcerated. This assertion is riddled with inconsistencies, and fans have unearthed evidence to challenge the veracity of her statement. During her appearance on the All the Smoke podcast, Jada discussed her new memoir and her relationship with Tupac. Although the episode is scheduled to air on October 19, a teaser clip was released a few days ago, featuring Jada claiming that Tupac proposed to her while he was serving time at Rikers Island. She further alleged that Tupac did so because he needed someone to be his pillar of support. Let's examine the facts here. Tupac began his prison sentence at the Bellevue Hospital prison ward in January 1995 before being transferred to Rikers Island on February 14. Subsequently, on March 8, 1995, Tupac was moved to Clinton Correctional Facility, a maximum security state prison situated in the village of Dannemora, New York. This timeline indicates that Tupac spent a mere 3 weeks at Rikers. Notably, Jada explicitly stated in her interview that she visited Tupac while he was at Rikers. However, a keen TikTok user pointed out that when Tupac was at Rikers, he was already engaged to his girlfriend, Keisha Morris. On April 20, 1995, Tupac married Keisha at Clinton Correctional Facility, and the civil ceremony was witnessed by Keisha's mother and Tupac's cousin. In October 2000, Keisha revealed to The Source magazine that Tupac had entrusted her with handling his legal matters, managers, and record company during his time at Clinton Correctional Facility. It is no secret that Tupac had a reputation as a womanizer. Keisha herself disclosed that Tupac once requested her presence during a phone call with a renowned actress while he was incarcerated, presumably referring to Jada. However, Jada has consistently omitted any mention of Keisha or other women who were part of Tupac's life. Her narrative insinuates that she was the sole person who stood by him. Following his release from prison, Tupac's marriage to Keisha was annulled and he entered into a relationship with Quincy Jones's daughter, Khadijah Jones. Tupac even proposed to Jada, and they resided together in Calabasas, California, for 4 months before his tragic demise in Las Vegas in September 1996. During this period, Jada had severed all contact with Tupac, and they had not communicated for an entire year prior to his death. Nevertheless, Jada's continuous references to Tupac suggest that she was his only confidant and the sole woman in his life. In contrast, T.K. Kirkland, who was incarcerated alongside Tupac at one point, suggested that Tupac did not hold Jada in high regard after she embraced a more Hollywood lifestyle. TK also intimated that Jada had exaggerated her relationship with Tupac, asserting that if Tupac were still alive. Upon examining the situation further, it becomes evident that Jada's fixation on Tupac's memory, even when she had no significant role in his life at the time of his death, raises questions. Even if Tupac did propose to Jada out of desperation while he was incarcerated, it remains perplexing that Jada chose to share this information now, after 2 decades of asserting that their relationship was strictly platonic. It is unsurprising that fans have reacted strongly to Jada's repeated use of Tupac's name for personal promotion. One fan astutely pointed out that even if Tupac had proposed to Jada during a time when he sought emotional support, she declined and instead chose to be with the Fresh Prince, who was rapidly rising to stardom. During this period, Tupac weathered the storms with Keisha Morris and later with Khadijah Jones. Jada was conspicuously absent from the scene. It appears that she has resurfaced to capitalize on Tupac's enduring popularity, now that Will Smith's star appears to be waning. Another fan expressed frustration with Jada's obsession with Tupac, contrasting her behavior with Khadijah Jones's dignified silence. Khadijah has refrained from exploiting her connection with Tupac, in stark contrast to Jada's continuous public declarations. It raises the question of why Jada is so fixated on Tupac and what motivates her to continually invoke his memory. Is it possible that she is still nursing the wounds of unrequited affection, or could her actions be a deliberate attempt to hurt Will Smith? These questions invite reflection, and we eagerly await your thoughts on this matter. Do you believe that Jada's insistence on intertwining Tupac's legacy with her own is motivated by a need for personal validation or an attempt to overshadow her husband's career? Please feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. In the grand scheme of things, the controversy surrounding Jada Pinkett Smith's recent interviews and memoir reveals much about the human tendency to reinterpret and, at times, embellish our past experiences. It is an age-old practice to reshape our history, either consciously or subconsciously, to align with our current desires, ambitions, or narratives. Jada's evolving portrayal of her relationship with Tupac, from close friends to a potential romantic connection, raises questions about the nature of memory, nostalgia, and the human propensity to remember things selectively. It is also a testament to the enduring allure of Tupac Shakur's persona, which continues to captivate fans even decades after his untimely passing. Furthermore, it underscores the complexities and nuances of public figures' lives and the narratives they construct. Public figures often find themselves torn between the authenticity of their private experiences and the personas they present to the public. In Jada's case, her evolving narrative surrounding Tupac showcases the delicate balance between personal truth and public image. The ongoing debate over Jada's claims regarding Tupac's proposal and her assertion that he suffered from alopecia brings to the forefront the ethical responsibilities of individuals who share personal anecdotes about others, especially when those individuals are no longer here to provide their perspective. The act of speaking for the deceased without their consent or the ability to clarify their own truth opens a moral quandary that we as a society need to navigate. Ultimately, this situation offers a lesson in the importance of examining historical narratives critically, with a discerning eye and an open mind. While personal stories and memoirs can provide valuable insights into the lives of public figures, we should always remember that such accounts are filtered through the lens of the author's perception, memories, and motivations. They are not infallible records of objective reality. As we continue to dissect the controversy surrounding Jada Pinkett Smith's recent interviews and memoir, we must acknowledge that the truth often lies in the gray areas between conflicting narratives. We are left with a complex tapestry of human emotions, relationships, and the enduring legacy of Tupac Shakur, which continues to captivate our collective imagination. In conclusion, Jada's shifting portrayal of her connection with Tupac Shakur serves as a thought-provoking reminder of the malleability of memory, the complexities of public personas, and the ethical considerations that come into play when sharing personal anecdotes about those who can no longer speak for themselves. It is a story that invites introspection and thoughtful contemplation, prompting us to question the veracity of our own memories and the stories we choose to tell about our past.